A guy walks into a bar. One of the big votes so far on the show has been for me to do some stand-up comedy. The vote came in 2 weeks ago, and tonight was the big night. What's going on, guys? I've always been a big stand-up comic fan, but I never in a million years did I ever think I would do it. In order to prepare for my stand-up comedy, I got to meet with a number of different comedians.
So you ready to, kind of learn a little stand-up?
I'm standing up now, aren't I?
Oh, see, look at this guy.
Chris just basically told me to be myself on stage and just try to have a conversation with the audience.
I want you to talk to the audience like I'm talking to you right now. You'll probably do like an open mic or something, and you'll do like 3 to 5 minutes on stage. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but
Feels like an eternity.
It feels like an eternity. Yeah. I want you just to write down like premises. Anything you think would be funny for a joke.
What do you got so far?
I had a great time hanging out with Kip and Jeff. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're just talking about what it's like to have somebody telling you what to do 24 hours a day. I probably don't know what that feels like unless you have a girlfriend. Something like that.
That's a good one.
Just watching me all the time, telling me what to do all the time.
In the dating thing, I feel like a zoo creature, and like I'm a panda. They like started mating because it was like an endangered species. They put a panda in the cage and they locked the door and they're like, let's watch.
Let's go, guys. There's something there, dude.
That's what I think. That's what it's like.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it feels
there.
like. Funny guys, and it's really easy to come up with ideas when you're in the company of other people who are funny and smart.
Most people would be fearful in this situation, so they're going to relate to that.
Frank came by and gave me some pointers on how to sort of polish it up, how to add some body language and some movement on stage.
And that whole bit, because I do love the panda analogy, it's funny,
Right.
Make everything panda-ish. Like,
Got it.
I don't know if I like this panda. Maybe she's got too much white hair.
Right. The jokes worked in conversation when I was talking to people. I got to test out some of my material on Kurt the Cyber Guy.
Do you have a telephone or anything on you that you're in contact with friends or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a phone.
We're all about tech, man. We're all about
Okay.
tech, so we're curious the sort of tech you're living with.
For me, I got the big one I've been working with is my fantasy football team.
And you went on a date with
I've
someone
been on
you
a
met?
couple of dates, yeah. That's 3
And what-
weeks, so that's more dates than I've had in the last 6 months.
Well, what's the date like?
I like to make the analogy, I kind of feel like the panda at the zoo, where they kind of they have the male panda, and it lent itself naturally to sort of come up in conversation with a lot of different people. When we got to the Hollywood Improv, there was a line of comedians there, and I didn't really get nervous until we started walking down the hallway into the dark room. I knew the order of the comedians. Chris was gonna go on, and then I was going.
Maybe I can't afford a ring to put on it, Beyonce. You ever think about that?
When that red light went on for him, meaning he had a minute left, my heart started racing, my adrenaline was pumping, I was shaking.
The stage next is Tristan.
When I first got up there, I was really nervous. I'm actually shooting an audition tape for the television show The Office. And then as I started to get a few laughs, I was able to kind of loosen up and really be myself on stage. But one of the things that they love to have me do on the show is date. The producers, they go out and they find these women and they bring them over and they send me on these nice dates. And I kind of feel like one of those endangered pandas. They find another panda and they put the panda in the cage and they lock the door and they walk away. And they just... What are they gonna do next? Such an adrenaline rush. I had such a good time. I cannot wait to go ahead and try it again. I'm so glad that I did it. This show makes me feel like I grew up in a cave or something with no experiences because everything they seem to throw at me is just something I've never done before.